Hello friends, one sector whose most of the stocks are been multi-bagger stocks in last few years, that is nothing but the defense sector. Today we are going to talk in detail about defense sector, and I am going to tell you what is the outlook of defense sector, and also I'm going to tell you about few stocks which can do very well in coming future. So let us talk in detail about defense sector. Friends, hello and welcome everyone. My name is Tapan Doshi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please click the below link and subscribe to these channels. Also like this video. Okay, so let us go into deep into defense sector. Now talking about defense sector, guys, as you can see here, let us understand why the most of the stocks has performed very well in defense sector. So talking about that, why defense sector going up? Now talking about that, if you talk about the first point is nothing that Indian government is promoting Atmanirbhar Bharat in the defense sector through various policy. Now this is one of the key area in which no, actually government want to be an Atmanirbhar and they don't want to rely on any other countries, and that is why no, again, you know that earlier 84% of our import was happening for the defense sector, which is quite a huge number. And guys, we are the fifth largest economy in the world. And in coming years, maybe next 10 years, as Mr. Narendra Modi told during the his speech, that in next 10 years, we'll be the third largest economy in the world. And if you really wanted to go ahead so much, you have to be in Atmanirbhar, and basically you have to manufacture all these defense equipments in India. So that was a big push from Indian government specifically for the defense sector, so that they do not spend so much of money outside India and they are able to spend here. And again, that will help the manufacturing, production and all that stuff. No, that will help for the benefit of Indian citizen only. So yes, India is government is promoting Atmanirbhar Bharat. That is one of the main reasons. Again, what is fueling this remarkable really is the strategic push towards the indigenization of possible surge in the export. The runway for growth is huge because India's defense budget is around 6 lakh crores. Our budget for this defense is almost 6 lakh crore, making the third largest globally. First is the basically USS is having more than $10 billion. No, no, sorry, not 10, basically around $20 billion, and China is around $60 billion. And after that, we are the third. And because yes, we are such a populous, populated country, and no, because our population is more and because our demographic is also large, now we need to have a good defense for our country. And again, we are being surrounded by China and Pakistan that needs to have Indianization, and also basically they want what government wants. Government wants basically Indian company to prepare for the defense and at the end export also, correct? So in future the government is targeting a good export also. Now talking about that, India is heavily dependent on imports of defense equipment, which is significant. 60% is sourced from external supplies. Earlier it used to be almost 84%, now it is around 60%. Then also it is quite high side. Okay, we want to reduce it, then that is what the government is planning, that they want to reduce this import and they want Indian manufacturer to manufacture that. Again, the union budget financial year 2023-4, you can see that they have outlaid almost, it's a 45 lakh crore rupees budget. Out of the Ministry of Defense has given almost allocation to 5.9 lakh crore. And you can see here, which is around 13% of total budget. So maximum basically budget is being provided to the defense, and indirectly the companies which are in there in this sector will be benefiting a more. And that is what you have to understand. And basically if you talk about Indian's defense sector, no, the way it has grown over the years, it shows not over the years, like I think from last 4 to 5 years, the way it has grown, no, it shows that in basically this Modi government is focusing a lot on the defense sector, and that is a very, very positive point. Now, just to show you about that, know how the indigenization has happened. You can see the earlier in financial year 29, it was around 54%. However, you can see 2020 it was 59, 2021 64, and almost 2024 it may be around 75%. So they are government is depending on Indian uh, uh, not import, but Indian production only. And that is what they are thinking, that, okay, what more the companies are producing defense equipment here in India, and they are going to buy from them only. Again, Army has almost 83%, Navy is almost 62%, and Air Force is almost 56% of the uh, equipments bought from the all these companies. So that shows that yes, slowly and gradually, basically Indian government is also buying from Indian companies, and Indian companies are also able to meet the expectation of government, because it's not easy to prepare all these defense equipment, and that shows that the quality which these companies are having. Again, another point is that order book of the Indian defense player has been grown remarkably over the years. Okay, the way it has gone up now, it shows that yes, slowly and gradually, no, more and more contracts will be given to them. And even if you talk about large size contracts, okay, have been awarded to major defense player like HAL, BEL, BDL, Mazagon, Dock shipyards. No, HAL is nothing but Hindustan Aeronautics, BEL is Bharat Electronics, BDL is Bharat Dynamics, and Mazagon. So they are getting a big contracts. Even one of the main reason why they are getting a contract is that they are basically, you can say that one is that yes, India is focusing on 99%. They want to import from India only. Basically, they want to buy from all these manufacturing companies. That's why they are giving lot many contracts to all. And if you see that, this is why the stock has gone up. One of the main reason is the most of them are having 4 to 10 times of order book of current revenue. Okay, talking about that export only. If you talk about the way companies are focusing, and also the government focusing defense export, which was nil almost. If you can see, it was almost in 1670s or around 1521 only, 1,000 crore, or not, 1521 crores only, and it has gone up to almost 15,920 crores. Okay, 15,920 crores. This shows that in last 5 years also we have grown up to almost 14 to 15 times, and in future they are targeting more than 25,000 crores through defense export only. And why we are going to export? Because it shows that yes, basically Indian manufacturing are able to produce that type of defense equipment. They can basically sell it to neighboring countries also. Now talking about that only, if you talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, the Indian government is promoting Atmanirbhar, the defense sector, and they are basically giving a FDI limit of almost 74%. Okay, seven, which is one of the highest, you can say, FDI limit. That is what the government is already given to the defense sector. Again, the Make in India initiative has led a significant increase in domestic defense capital procurement, which was accounted 60% or 8% of total from 38% in financial. So basically that also procurement is happening. Again, if you talk about the government approved acquisition of defense equipments with 99% domestic sourcing. As I told you know that in future they are targeting to have 99%. Actually, they are targeting this year only worth around 2.7 lakh crore from Indian companies only, and they are not going to buy from someone else. And that is a big positive. Again, Indian defense sector grew 5.5 times. I already shown you. You know, the earlier it was around in 1617, it was 1500. Now it has gone to almost 15,000 crore. And so from 25 to 29, because of many reforms and the step, no doubt Indian government and also these companies has done very well, but Indian politicians has played a big role in basically, just a minute, guys. Indian government has played a big role in basically helping all these Indian companies to manufacture in India, and they are providing license much more faster compared to what they were doing earlier. And that is what is boosting the efforts, okay, and ease of doing business. So now earlier the license they were not giving easy, and you also know to get a defense license is not easy. You have to go through lot many permits and everything. Now they have done a much better job here. Again, major export destination for the defense products is Italy, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Russia, France, Nepal, Mauritius, all the neighboring countries like UAE, Bhutan, Saudi Arabia, Poland, Spain, Chile, all the small countries, they are actually we have started our export also, and that is adding to the revenue of Indian companies. And now actually government is targeting to have an export destination for defense. Now that is a big positive. Again, the Indian government has sent an ambitious goal to increase the defense export to 35,000 crore by 2025. Okay, so currently it is around, if you talk about last year, it is around 15,000 odd crore. They are targeting by 2025, next 2 years, it will be 25,000, it will be 35,000 crores, which is significantly higher than 11,600 by 2022. So it shows that yes, they are targeting a lot bigger share in export, and also no, they want the revenue generation from happen from the defense sector also. The government target is to achieve turnover of 1.7 trillion by 2021. Of this, 20% must come from the export of military hardware. Military export from India is negligible until 2017. 2017 पहले तो कुछ नहीं था. It was nothing. Now the way we are growing, guys, now it shows that give a confidence that yes, Indian government is working very fine on all these reforms, and they are ensuring that nothing is left behind, and they are literally pushing these defense companies. Again, over the past 7 to 8 years, the number of defense license issues has increased by almost 200%. 200%. That shows then what type of ease of business is happening in defense sector. This is stimulated a defense industrial manufacturing ecosystem. The way they actually push the defense, it shows that no, that yes, they want to go on the top of this defense sector, and yes, they have to, because as I told you, no, from fifth to third largest economy we are going to become, then we have to focus on the defense sector. So that was all about why it is going. Now let us talk about the performance of share. Talking about the performance of shares, no guys, most of the share price has gone up in defense sector. If you talk about that, you can see here. See the way the share price has gone up. No, the like mazagon is almost on last 3 years. It is almost more than 5 times. Zen Technology almost 9 times. Taneja Aerospace almost 9 times in last 3 years. Data Patterns almost 1.5 times. BML 200 times, means 2 times. BEL almost 3 times. BDL Bharat Dynamics only 3 times. That shows that yes, there is a lots and lots of basically excitement in this sector, and even the retail investors are going, and 100% they should go, no, because the way the outlook of defense sector it looks very good. Okay, now let us talk about the valuation. Now you have seen there is a big surge in the prices of stock prices of all these defense sector. But what is next? अभी आगे हमें क्या करना है? Now talking about the valuation. See, the large pocket of the market agrees that defense sector witnessing a some bit of euphoria. Of course, no, देखो यार, इतना अच्छा sector है, the future looks good, then of course there will be some little bit of euphoria and stock prices going up. But that time, no, you should be little bit careful, no, that भाई euphoria में करना क्या है. But the past rallies were the results of availability of defense company at a deep discount and a strong growth outlook with a huge order books. यानी अगर आप 4 साल पहले की बात करोगे या 5 साल पहले की बात करोगे ना, the defense sector was quite cheap available valuation wise. And now suddenly there's a push from the government, and that is why there is a big jump on all the defense company. Correct. Now talking about that, looking at the future, you always have to see that how is the order book, and if the order book looks good, you don't have to worry about as such. Even the valuation is going high, but understand, because you have the future outlook with you, that is actually, then it is safety for you that yes, in future also revenue is going to come. So defense sector, defense company is clearly closer to the fair valuation as compared with that steep discount that we had a year or two back. यानी 1-2 साल पहले तो काफी cheaply available थे. Now it is somewhat fairly valued. Investors should have reasonable expectation going forward. So talking about that days, where your defense companies are almost 3 times, 4 times in a year, I think that days are gone. And from here you should keep a reasonable expectation of basically earnings from here, because no, that whatever the push used to going to I'm not saying that in future defense sector stocks are not going to go up. No, they are going to go up, but not in the same pace which was there earlier. Again, since the sector is evolving, there are more opportunities arising in the space. It is less relevant to compare companies on the basis of P multiple and unlikely to show the growth prospects. Now, see, what is P ratio? P ratio is nothing but price to equity. Now, if the future looks good, then P does not make any sense. The reason is simple, that you may feel expensive, but if the future looks good, then you have to think about the forward P. You cannot see the current P. So I'll talk about that also, the how to look at the forward P. And if the forward P looks good, यानी नीचे लग रहा है, then you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So one of the right way to evaluate the stock valuation is to cash flow and order book perspective. Now talking about order books, most of the companies are having 3 times to 4 times order book. Now let us talk about the valuation. Now talking about valuation, guys, if I talk about P ratio, you can see here the P ratio looks like, no, if you see BEL is almost 30%, 30 times, but however, actually in it will be 24 around 25 times in coming years. Okay, mazagon around 30, which is not so high. Okay, even though the stock has gone up, even BDL is 56, which will remain there. Even data patterns is almost 80, but in future it may go to 55. That is a forward P. Even Matar is 57. In future, it may go to 38 times. So what I'm trying, even HL, you can 28. In future, it go to 23. What it shows? It shows that no doubt the P ratio, you may feel that currently it is high, but if, because the order books are good, all this company will not face a big problem. And that is what my suggestion is to you, that if you are holding this stock, please hold, don't sell the stock. Talking about cash flow also, guys, because you have to see the cash flow. You can see that BL is having almost 2600 cash flow. Okay, even HL is having 1300. Otherwise, BDL Matar are having a negative, but no issue. It is not such a big negative figure. Data pattern is also around 37. That is okay. But yes, both BEL and HL are having a good cash flow, very good cash flow. A good cash flow will always help you to basically fund your future capital requirement, correct? And you don't have to take more debts from the outside, and that is why it is actually very helpful. Again, cash from the operating activity, if you can see here, BDL is almost 530, BL is around 1100 plus. Okay, even HL is having 8800 plus. Now, what it shows, that operating activity also, most of the companies are positive. Again, you know that in the defense sector, no, the revenue generation happens, no, but the real cash coming from the government will be late. Okay, so cash crunch kabhi ho sakta hai, but most of the companies are in a very good position. And if you talk my personal opinion, then my personal opinion is that you have to go with a company which are having a good cash balance like BL or HAL. If you want to little bit safe, no, you can go with it. Mazagon is a good stock, no. If you want to talk for a small cap and all that, no, that is future is, they have a very good future order book also. Only the price is an issue, but at every dip you can buy. But yes, these are some of the stocks you can think about. Overall, I am quite bullish on defense sector, and you can think about defense sector for the future. One basket, or you can do another thing also. You can buy defense stock as a basket, like 3 to 4 defense stock as a basket, and you can invest for a long term. Then also maybe in next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, no, when Indian economy is going up, and the more and more focus of government will always be there on the defense sector, I think these companies will do well. So as I told you, you can go for BEL, HAL, or mazagon at every dip also you can go for. These are the my suggestion for the defense sector. There are other stocks also, but I think these are the safer one which I am telling you, which will give you a decent return over the time, maybe around more than 20% over the time over next few years. So, and I think that is a decent return. And please go for this stock and don't worry about defense sector. I think overall defense sector in a good position. So guys, hope you like this video, and please put your comments in the chat box. And if you are holding any stock of defense, do let me know. If you have any question, please type in the comment box. I'll always answer your question. So do like and share this video as much as possible. And most of you know that I do come out with lot many other topics also every time. So do subscribe to them without fail. So I see you soon next time.